Hello gamers, how are you guys doing today? It's been a while since we tried out new games and we're going to introduce you to a game which is completely different from all the other games that we have tried before. This is the Gamer Phoenix channel. I am Phil and you're watching Banter Box video about Game of Gods Android game. Unlike other games where you play in landscape mode, in this game you play in the portrait view. Let me show you what else this game has to offer and how different it is. So let's get on with it. First, let me tell you, the game is really different and has a lot to offer. The premise of the game is simple. You're a god and you can choose from either being good or evil. The tutorial takes you through sufficient information to get you going. Since we have just started playing it, there isn't much what we can share in today's video. However, what we can share are the things we've learned during our time of playing this game. What appeared to be funny is that the god you've given initially wears a shirt, trousers and a tie with tattoos on his face. It seems strange to design a god like this in the first place. What am I supposed to understand a god with a getup like this? Is he the god of office workers, executives or the god of boss? Anyway, there are other gods too which look like godlike warriors and satanic demons, but those can be played with after you reach a particular level. We are yet to get there. There are god stones which loosely resemble Stonehenge. Now this is the structure that you're primarily defending. The enemy will try to break these stones and your job is to protect them at all costs. The stages will assign tasks which you can either complete or you can simply get rid of different enemies that come to attack the god stones to accelerate further. Let's talk about the gameplay. The game did seem repetitive at first where you're blasting the enemies. What's not repetitive is the number of spells you get to cast. There's a plethora of them out there. That helps break the monotony. You may not get to use the same spell twice if you have more than 3. The spells keep switching after every use, which compels you to change your attack strategy. Effects of spells can be combined when used one after the other at the same place. The game will also inform you what combination the two spells results in. That was very interesting, and you have to remember what spells the icons represent. If you're playing on the good side, then you have to avoid harming humans who come to worship you. You get points when you do that, which increases your power over time. These humans also make their way towards the god stones. Sometimes your attacks may harm or kill them too. Be very careful of what spell you use when their approach is the same as the enemies. All of this reminded me of a game called Populous The Beginning, which was released way out over 1 or 2 decades ago. If you're not an 80s kid, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. The reason for me to make a mention about this game is because this current game of Game of Gods took direct or indirect reference or influence from that game. Populous The Beginning is a real-time strategy game where you control a shaman and her followers. The shaman has powers to control nature, and there are some spells which she gets when her followers worship totems and other figurines. The end goal of the game is that you defeat your rival shamans across the entire solar system or the galaxy, whichever way you may put it, and ultimately become a god. In Game of Gods, you're a god already, and will it turn out to be like Populous? I doubt that, because the screen can be turned only towards a certain extent. What is exciting is that the number of spells you get to lob at the enemy. I would love to explore all the spells and the strategies I can employ over time, though it may not be much as the game demands some quick thinking. This game is definitely worth your try due to several reasons. Chiefly among them is the portrait mode, which gives you the feeling that you're playing an arcade game, but that's not the case. What I liked about it is you can play it with one hand just like any arcade game. Now don't get me wrong here, it is not a platformer nor a scrolling game, but you can certainly take a look around. The game doesn't take too much time to complete a particular stage, although it does take some time to complete a particular level. So far our journey has been exciting. We are looking forward for more of this gameplay. One thing what we would like to mention is that the game has non-intrusive ads which plays after you complete a level or after doing some in-game activity like either obtaining spells or collecting mana from worshippers and things like that. The game is basically an offline game which utilizes the internet only to play ads, without which the game won't proceed. So if you thought you could play with your mobile data switched off or without the Wi-Fi, I'm afraid it wouldn't be possible with this game. Do let us know in the comments below for any questions, thoughts or suggestions about the game or the video. Also, do not forget to check out our other videos up in the cards or down in the description below. Subscribe to our channel for exciting gaming guides and hit the like button if you liked our video or the unlike button if you didn't like it. Follow us on social media. The links are down there in the description. We'll see you again in our next video. Until then, happy gaming.